It was OSU got out coached, outplayed.
Lucas Raymond is also from Sweden, so he's an anytime goal scorer for one of those 2 games they have in Sweden. So I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of the 2. So lock
This
that.
doesn't make any sense. I was pissed. Fumble recovery happened. I'm going to be honest, I turned off the game. Like, check back in. That was
D-backs here, baby. Come on.
They're walking up to the table blind. I'm betting fucking blind.
What's going on, people? We are back. It is the Super Bowl weekend, and it is a Saturday at around 11 o'clock, which means one thing. It is Sharks Sports Network. We are back, like I just said, Super Bowl weekend, live in effect. Tomorrow is the Super Bowl. It's the big game, and we will be talking about that. But before we talk about that, the big thing, the meat and potatoes of today's podcast will be the NBA trade deadline. It has been moving. It has been grooving. It has been one of the wildest deadlines I've seen in a long time. Tycho's here. The Wanderer is here. I'm here. But you're not going to be seeing a lot of Tycho for the first little bit just because it's NBA. So, without further ado, we can get right into basketball because basketball has pretty much been the biggest talking point since the year started. It's only taken, 3-4 months for people to start realizing the NBA is going on this year because it hasn't really been a very fun season. I'll put it like that. But let's get to it. First, big trade. I think the trade that probably started this domino effect, the biggest trade in the history of the National Basketball Association, some are calling it. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks reached a trade, and the trade was Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick.
Okay, let me jump in real quick and just say that I listened to the first 2 days after this trade happened of radio on in 97.1. Obviously, some people care, some people don't. Some people are big basketball fans, some people are not. There was actually a fair amount of people calling in saying that they thought that Dallas won this trade. Is that like the craziest thing ever, or is there actually some merit to that?
There's no merit to that at all.
Hold on. I think unless you're looking at it through like this short 2-3 year telescope, you can't see it that way. Like maybe if you're saying who's going to win a championship like next 2 to 3 years, yeah, Anthony Davis, Kyrie, Gafford, who's the third guy? No, there's somebody else more. Yeah, Clay. Like they can do it in the next 2 to 3 years, but like future, it's Lakers hands down. Like
future it is because like you said, the three players you named, all over the age of 30.
And all injury prone.
I wouldn't call Kyrie injury prone. He's just more like a
Kyrie just doesn't like to play all the time.
Kyrie's our
Kyrie
regular
is
guy.
problem prone. There's
He's-
just always
He's our
issue
regular
or problem.
We call off because we want to go to a homie's birthday party sometimes. You know, Kyrie's just our regular guy. I don't feel like playing. I'm not playing. I don't care that I'm paid million. See, he gets it.
Lou does get it. But at the end of the day, to piggyback off what Tyler was saying, I think that, sure, maybe there's some merit there, but Anthony Davis has been hurt all year. He finally comes back. Hoops, 40 points, best game of his career. Or not career, season. And then he gets traded immediately. I do think that's funny because they were just waiting for him to, produce, and then he produced.
Can't tell LeBron James kid to get up out of your seat on the bench. Can't do it.
No, I mean Adam.
Immediately traded.
I think that the Lakers, if I'm just gonna cut the chase, I saw this deal and I immediately said, "Oh my God, all they need is a center, and there's no way they don't win the NBA championship." And then, spoiler alert, we can just get into it. They traded for Mark Williams. Connect Four. Sorry, you had to go, but when you want to have half of your games this year shooting fucking February 13th because you want to go 2 for 13 out there, you got to go. Sorry, Connect Four. It is what it is. And now the Lakers have Mark Williams, a good young up-and-coming center who will be playing with Miles Bridges and LaMelo over in Charlotte. God damn, man. This Lakers team now has a Vanderbilt that has stayed, and Roy, who also should have stayed, both in that starting five. And then you just added Luka with LeBron and Mark Williams. That starting five is dangerous. And yeah, it's best for basketball when the Lakers are normally one of the best teams in the league. So I love Luka. I love LeBron. Now they're on the same team. I don't have to pretend to be a Dallas fan anymore. You're muted, Jesse.
You said bye Dallas. It was always Luka, huh?
It was. I made that clear. That
Just like the season ticket holders that they now are refunding because so many are calling to get refunds.
I can't believe that. If I'm just gonna say this. If I'm a Dallas fan, I'm sick, man. I should be getting a statue of this man instead of getting him shipped out for Anthony Davis. I'm pissed.
It's a crazy trade. It's a crazy trade.
I'm so pissed.
Everyone thought it was fake.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was a fake trade.
Well, because I think it's to a situation of if the one team that has had look, it's been almost a meme for 2 years. Like, oh, look at the Lakers, look at LeBron. Blah, blah, blah. That's why no one, when they actually saw it, they were like, yeah, okay, you're not gonna get me. Crazy.
I mean, the Mavs got to win some. Mavs got to win some. And
They do, and I don't think the Mavs are in as bad a position as people. You know, like you said, Clay, Kyrie, and AD. Let's go see what you can do with that big three. Or I average three. I can't say big. I don't know if that's gonna be big. I don't know.
Listen,
Clay
that middle guy's the most
Clay had the
questionable.
best game of his career last
Clay's the
game.
most questionable.
Not
Kyrie's
bad
gonna
career.
give you a
He's
hit.
in career season. He had the best game of season last game, but that was the only time I've ever seen him hoop. That was Clay. And I don't know if Clay is gonna continue to be Game 6 Clay or if he's gonna continue to be the Dallas Clay we've seen so far. Because I don't know. But the next trade that we got to talk about is the San Antonio Spurs acquired De'Aaron Fox from the Kings. The Spurs received De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin, while the Kings received Zach LaVine, a 2025 first-round pick, a 2027 first-round pick, a 2031 first-round pick, 3 more second-round picks. And the Bulls received Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, and Trey Jones.
Remember how many picks we just said in the Dallas trade with a generational star like Luka? Remember that?
Yes.
Listen, love this for the Spurs. I think Fox is perfect to pair up with Wemby,
I agree.
and it fits the play style. I mean, their play styles fit each other really well. And, I mean, Zach LaVine, he does nice things, but I don't think you can win with him for real. So it's a good trade for, both parties, but
I agree.
I like
think
it for the
was a
Spurs
win-win.
more.
The Spurs definitely got the upper hand, but I do want to say for the Kings, I mean, anytime you can walk out of a trade with getting Zach LaVine and 3 first-round picks and 4 second-round picks,
It still works.
you know what I mean? You're still pretty happy. The only team that really didn't, and I guess the Bulls actually, you could say, are happy because they just finally got that LaVine contract out of there. So they're happy too. They've been waiting to get that LaVine contract off their hands for a couple of years now. We had a couple minor trades here and there. Kings acquired Valanciunas from the Wizards. I think that was probably the thing that made Kings fans go, okay, we lost De'Aaron, but we got Valanciunas. So I wanted to point that out. I found out Reggie Jackson was still in the league during this trade deadline. I don't know if anyone else didn't know that, but he is, and he was on the 76ers. Got traded to the Wizards. He's like 34. I thought it was crazy. I couldn't believe he was still in the league.
Of course, he ain't go on the free agency for a whole summer. He's been teamed up, all right?
All right. The next trade that we had was, I think this trade is honestly just sad. I'm going to be honest with you. The Bucks and the Wizards made a trade where Kyle Kuzma, Jericho Sims, and 2 second-round picks went over to the Bucks. The Wizards received Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, and a 2028 first-round pick. The Knicks and the Spurs were involved as well with some cash and some picks. But the main thing here, Chris Middleton to the Wizards, Kyle Kuzma to the Bucks.
Even though Chris Middleton hasn't been on the Bucks his entire career, it feels like he has.
It feels like he has, and he's Giannis' favorite player, which, Giannis loves. That's his boy.
Very different guy than Chris Middleton.
Oh, 100%.
Much more of a zestier, sassier fellow. Got that young mold to him. Not too young, not too old. Closer in age to Giannis, but hey, got some picks for it.
I think Giannis is going to hate him.
I don't think
I don't think
he's a nice guy.
I don't think he's going to take Kuzma
Type he can
seriously.
talk about how much of a Greek freak he is, if you know what he's saying. You know,
I think
I don't think Chris
walk in
Middleton
one of those.
listens to him all the time.
Kuzma's gonna walk in one of those sweaters, and Giannis isn't gonna take him seriously.
You right?
I think that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna walk in one of those sweaters, and Giannis is gonna go, "Okay, this guy's he's a prop. He's not, this guy ain't. He's not a real. There's no way." we could see, but I think the next big trade here that had a lot of people talking outside of the Luka trade, definitely the next biggest trade was the Warriors and the Heat, and Jimmy Butler is on Golden State. Jimmy Butler, 2 second-round picks and cash considerations went to the Warriors, where the Heat received Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, and Davion Mitchell, also a 2025 protected first-round pick. The Jazz received Josh Richardson, KJ Martin, a 2028 second-round pick, a 2031 second-round pick in cash. The Pistons received Lindy Waters, Dennis Schroeder, and a second-round pick. And the Raptors received PJ Tucker and a 2026 second-round pick.
Now, love that they feel like if they put Curry with playoff Jimmy, they can make a push. Respect it. It's a good idea. But I don't know how this is going to go, if I'm being honest.
I think it's going to – I have a bad – I don't know why I have a bad –
I have no idea how this is going to go.
I don't think it's going to go well.
But I know if Jimmy Butler drives and dishes out to Steph, there's going to be a lot of points created that way.
Yes.
But there's also going to be a lot of missed layups. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm that guy.
I will say when Draymond said – I don't know if it was on his podcast or a post-game interview, but I saw the clip on Twitter. When he said there's a new big three in town, I started laughing for almost 2 minutes straight because he really considers himself still a big three.
Who do you think keeps that damn locker room together? Who do you think makes all these people listen? Don't nobody listen. No. Who can tell Steph how to feel?
I'm gonna say something, and this might be a known fact, or this might be blasphemous, but Steph is done with him. I've watched back-to-back games where he was the last night. You want a fucking example? Last night at the free throw line, he goes up for he takes a free throw, he misses. He goes into the ref, he starts bitching about some shit. He comes back to take a second free throw. Before he can even take a second free throw, he gets a tech. He's out of the game. Curry is talking to the ref, turns around, sees what happened. By the time Draymond comes up to Curry to explain the situation, Curry just says, "Get the fuck out of my face, bro. Like, I knew you were in the wrong. I can't take your shit anymore." And this is like the second straight game this has happened. He's probably been doing his shit for years, but it's been very visible on the court. Jimmy and Curry. I think 5 years ago I would have said this is a dynasty, but now I don't know.
5 years ago, you don't got to be that disrespectful.
What do you mean? 5 years ago, that would have been the year before COVID, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know, but
Curry was still in his prime. That's a dynasty, Jesse.
Listen, I don't know about a dynasty.
They're making two finals at least in those 2 to 3 years. 5 year span from last then to now, they would have been to at least 2 finals.
I don't know. That Nuggets team is gone. That Nuggets team is gone. I don't know, but let's not go into that.
We don't have to go into that because we're gonna see it.
No, yeah, we are gonna see it.
We are gonna see it. We're gonna see the Lakers. We're gonna see the Warriors if they can fucking get into the play-in because they might not make the playoffs.
Why they're making these trades.
And then we'll see Denver. Exactly, I agree with Butler. Their odds have just increased a lot.
Read the trade to me again. There was a part of it that I wanted to talk about, but I can't quite remember it right now.
Was it about the Jazz, Pistons, or Raptors?
Pistons. Want to talk about Schroeder. Good old Schroeder.
Yep.
We
were the 4th team that got him and said,
yep,
fuck it, we'll keep him.
For some reason, he thought that in the NBA organization, he could use the words, "This is like a slave auction." Don't know why he thought that was a good idea to say. Definitely got him shipped off from Golden State. And nobody really wanted to touch him for a little while, but hey, here, it's fine. He's good here.
I'll shout out Dennis. He's the second player in NBA history to complete the NBA Uniform Rainbow Challenge. Shaquille O'Neal was the first. He's the second. He's officially worn every color of the rainbow in the NBA.
Hey.
It's hard to do.
Takes a star.
It's hard to do.
Takes a star. Oh, slave trading, not auction. My bad.
And then the final trade of the deadline was the Wizards, the Grizzlies, and the Kings, but the Kings are irrelevant here. It's really just the Wizards and the Grizzlies. The Wizards received Marcus Smart, Colby Jones, Alex Len, and a 2025 first-round pick from the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies received 2 second-round picks and Marvin Bagley.
Interesting trade. I don't really understand this one, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Didn't we have Marvin Bagley at one point?
yeah, we have Marvin Bagley for a year, and now he's going
Dude,
on
that guy was nothing.
Yeah. Marcus Smart, Alex Len, and a first-round pick to the Wizards seems... Let's cut the shit.
Overpaying.
Dumb. Seems stupid. Why would
Seems
you
like
give
you
him that?
overpaid for
Yeah.
Bagley for why?
Marcus Smart is a defensive menace. A first-round pick. I'm not going to act like I know who Colby Jones is, but Alex Len has always been a great center from what I've seen.
Colby Jones is on Dude Perfect.
Thinking of Cody Jones.
yeah, he sounds like the Dude Perfect guy, not a basketball player.
They're real proud of that 5'6" point guard. He's getting the role, you know.
Dude, also, Schroeder. Wasn't it like 3 or 4 years ago he got offered a $100 million contract by the Warriors and he turned it down and then ended up signing $1 million contract before the season started?
No. I know what you're thinking of, but that was not Schroeder. That was somebody else. Schroeder has been the guy who the last 4 to 5 years he's been on a different team every year.
I could have sworn it was him.
You could be right, but I don't think that's.
I don't remember.
I don't.
Mid-season, Dennis Schroeder turned down a 4-year, $84 million contract extension offer from the Lakers. While he denied money was the reason was in an exit interview, it was pretty clear he thought he'd get more from the Lakers in the offseason. Dennis Schroeder then ended up signing a $1 million deal before the season started because he did not have a team.
Look at you, Ty. Look at
he
you.
turned down $84 million. He said that he had $70 million in his contract before, and that's why he felt comfortable. Damn. Yeah, right.
I hope he's good here. Oh man.
Last thing in the NBA. Raptors traded Brandon Ingram. They got Brandon Ingram. Sorry, Pelicans traded Brandon Ingram to the Raptors. So BI is now a Raptor, and the Pelicans got back Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, a first-round pick, and a second-round pick.
And both teams stay mid.
Yep. And that's the NBA trade deadline. We have some winners. We have some losers. We have some teams that didn't do jack shit because you wouldn't even know that they're still in the league. But that's that. And then before we get to the Super Bowl, we do need to go over some awards for the NFL. Yay!
Woo!
Woo! All right, so we're gonna do something a little different here. Normally, I just reveal the awards, like always.
I have no idea what's going on here.
Giggles. We're just gonna reveal the awards, and then we're just gonna say if we think that is right or who we should have gave them to. Why not? We have a voice, we have an opinion, we got people listening. Lou gets it. All right, starting off with.
Who's already upset with a couple awards?
Let's get to the award that I know Tyler's going to have the most to say about. So let's just start there.
Oh,
the 2024 Coach of the Year was Kevin O'Connell, the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings.
Fraud, bro. Fraud.
Take it away, Tycho.
Look, we might not have. All right, Lions, did we fumble the bag? Yeah, we fumbled the bag a little bit. You know, it happens. But who fumbled the bag first? You did, Kevin. You fumbled the bag. When you played us the first time, L. Then what'd you do, play on us the second time? Oh, yeah, L. Then what'd you do in the first round of the playoffs? Fucking L, dude. Fucking L. Why? Because you shouldn't have been there in the first place. Okay. Obviously, then turn around and VR fucking robot fucking AI Jaden Daniels comes in and rips our fucking heads off because we got practice squad defense out there. I don't put that on Dan, okay? Dan should have Dan should have won the fucking award last year when he brought the Lions to the NFC Championship. And then, of course, because they blow it in such a fucking Detroit way, everyone's like, well, that's not the coach of the year. You wouldn't do that if you're the coach of the year. You'd be going to the Super Bowl. That's the year he should have won it. But this, giving it to Minnesota, what the fuck did you do? Nothing. I just don't agree with it.
I agree with you.
I don't 100% think it should have been Dan this year. I think it should have been Dan last year, but I don't know.
It should have been Dan. It should have been Dan Quinn. That's who should have won Coach of the Year this year. It's
I
the
agree.
same situation as Dan
go with
Campbell, like you said, Tyler. Dan Campbell should have won Coach of the Year last year, but they didn't give it to him because, he got blown or they blew the lead to the 49ers. Dan Quinn should have won Coach of the Year this year, but they said, well, look what happened against the Eagles. Bro, they should not have been at that fucking game. The same
Exactly.
with the Lions
What did they
was-
do? They give
gave
all the
Quinn.
credit to the quarterback, not Dan Quinn. It's not like
Yes.
Dan Quinn got him there. Nah, it was Jaden Daniels. That's what did it. Honestly, it was fucking Dan Quinn.
It should have been a Dan. I agree. A Dan should have won
Agreed.
Coach of the Year.
Should have been back-to-back Dans.
It really should have.
Jesse, any comments on this one?
I think it should have been Dan Quinn. Took the rookie to a place they weren't supposed to be. And even if you didn't count playoffs,
Dude, even that, I'd give it to Sean Payton before I gave it to O'Connell.
yeah.
How'd you get Denver's defense top 5 in the league? and
No, because I'd give it to Minnesota before that, because I'd say, how did you take that defense with absolutely nothing and make them one of the best in the league? Great.
I'll tell you who, not the head coach, the fucking defensive coordinator.
I think the O'Connell thing, it's also like, look at what he did with Sam Darnold. I think
Yeah.
that's a big part of it.
That is a big part.
Look at what he
Of it.
did with Sam.
They
Look what
were not
Justin
supposed
Jefferson
to
did
win
to
10
Sam
games
Darnold.
this year, Tyler, and the fact that they won 14 is why he won Coach of the Year.
I know, but look what Justin Jefferson did for Sam Darnold. Look what the defensive coordinator did with the defense. I don't know how much the head coach really did. I can point to other external factors that made those players or
But
those
the problem is, Tyler,
areas
people would
better.
use that same argument against Dan last year. They would go, okay, well, then I don't really know if Dan was the one doing this because Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, blah, blah, blah. So that same argument's going to be made right back against us. I'm just saying.
Nope, because most of it was based on 4th down decisions made strictly by the man Dan Campbell.
Oh, you're right. I'm trying to make it seem like it's not just a Tyler Detroit-based opinion, but it's really hard
but it
to not
is.
come off like
But
that.
it is.
He's like, let it be, let it be. I'm trying to change my narrative. This is my narrative.
We'll
There's
get to the
no way
next one
around
that kind of piggybacked off of what we were saying about Dan Quinn. The Offensive Rookie of the Year, no surprise to anybody, Jaden Daniels. He won this before the playoffs started, and then beating Detroit was kind of the nail in the coffin. Yeah. Next one, your 2024 Defensive Player of the Year, Pat Surtain, quarterback for the Broncos.
It should have been a Bronco.
I don't know why, but I was waiting for somebody to disagree. I'm glad that you think that this was the right pick because I think it was the right pick.
Well,
think
I mean, the
Pat Surtain-
Broncos defense was fucking on par all year, so it only makes sense that a Bronco was named Defensive Player of the Year.
I think Pat Surtain has been somebody who's continued to be the best player of the year, but he doesn't get talked about because we have a TJ Watt or somebody who comes in with 16, 17 sacks. So then no one.
Well,
gives a
yeah,
shit about
when
it.
you have a league
Uh-huh.
that has like 6 or 7 dudes that are competing for the same award every year because they're that good, it's hard to give it to a cornerback.
Which is why I'm happy that I feel like that he was able to finally get his flowers here because it's fucking hard for a corner to win this award. Offensive Player of the Year, no surprise here. I don't think anyone's gonna have an argument. Saquon Barkley. I mean, Jesus. if
He's allowed to be Offensive Player of the Year because he was goated, but he's not purely goated until he fucking rips that team apart tomorrow. Okay, I got a lot to say later.
Jesse, we got some good news for your boy out of Cincinnati.
I'm
Joe
sick of it.
Burrow,
I'm sick of
comeback
it.
Player of
Sick of
the
it.
Year.
Sick of it. Sick of it. Sick of it. Why does he have to keep being comeback player of the year? Who wins it twice? Who wins it twice?
How many times can you really come back?
Like, come on, man. You've been back. You've been back. Just because you fall again and come back again don't mean you get comeback player of the year. Give it to the bum Sam Darnold who ain't been shit for years.
Yeah,
Who's you been somebody?
this was Sam Darnold's best chance at an award
It was Sam Darnold's only chance.
in his life.
Come on.
Dylan, not just his best, it was his only shot.
No, it really
man.
was, man. And that's
He's not winning no MVPs. No, that's never gonna happen. He's not gonna win offensive player of the year. That's never gonna happen. Comeback player of the year. That's at least one that he had a shot
That's
at.
doable. That's like somebody in the NBA winning the Kia Clutch Player of the Year. I can do that. I'm not going to win MVP, Sixth Man of the Year. I can do that. Like, these are awards that he could actually win, and he still got fucked, man.
Yep.
Hate to see it. This one I do have something to say, because even though he's the rightful pick, I'm upset about it. Congratulations to the Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jared Verse, whatever you want to call it. I thought it should have been Cooper DeJean. I'm sad. I'm just going to say it. He's the best white corner I've ever seen in my life. And this man came in and set the league on fire. And I want him to win. And I know Jared.
Look at him like a normal corner. Don't look at him like a white corner. Look at him like a normal corner.
He's still better than the blacks
quality.
and the whites. He's one of the top tier corners I've seen as a rookie in a long time. As a rookie.
You're right. I thought he was going to win. I was surprised. I was like, it's
too.
Jared Verse or Cooper. Because, like, if we're being honest here, it's really Kenyon because he was so good they weren't throwing to him. So
Correct.
he couldn't get the stats to be the defensive rookie of the year. DeJean, they were like, you're not even like that. And they consistently kept trying him and he consistently kept proving it. So I was like, he's going to get it. But Verse made the biggest difference.
He did. I agree. And I think Verse, I don't want to take anything away from the award. I made it clear. That was personal opinion, but Verse definitely deserved it, and I think Verse did a lot more than anybody was expecting on that Rams line.
Let's be honest though, the void that he was trying to fill on that Rams line, you needed to do just like half of that production that they were getting last year on that Rams line, and you would have been all right. They would have been like, okay, he's not supposed to be a certified Hall of Famer year one, but that was pretty good.
Yeah. I agree.
Like Aaron Donald left a pretty big gap, so still as best you can.
Yeah. Final award, MVP. It's been talked about all year. Lamar, Josh Allen, maybe Saquon. Oh, look, here comes Joe Burrow trying to squeak in. Don't forget Jared Goff. At the end of the day, Josh Allen was your MVP winner. I don't remember there being 5 nominees ever, which I thought was kind of cool. There was 5 nominees for the MVP on the awards night, the 5 players I just named, which is more open than it ever is.
Yeah, and I think it's usually like between 1 or 2 people, and
it's normally just 3 quarterbacks.
A landslide after that. But,
so, yeah.
Honestly, Josh Allen deserved his flowers this year.
He did.
You know, I mean, they could have easily given it to Lamar again. I mean, it was close enough in comparable numbers to where you could have went either way.
You could have.
But I think they honestly gave it to Josh Allen because if you look at the weapons Lamar has, you look at the weapons Josh Allen has, it's not really the same, not really comparable at all. The fact that they went further than the Ravens did means, well, guess you were doing something a little bit better than Lamar was. So I have no problem with this. I like the MVP this year. Plus, Josh Allen's just a good dude.
I agree.
Yeah, it really could have went either way. I think it came down to supporting cast. It's just like Lamar might have had the better season, but Josh Allen was more valuable to his team.
I agree. And since
Some
we are
people are going to say it's like a Joel Embiid fucking MVP, but nah, he did his thing.
He did his thing, and he deserves it. And the last thing I want to say as the awards are done is because it's just the 3 of us, we'll start with you, Jesse. Favorite moment of the regular season this year? It could be a game. It could be a play. It doesn't matter.
Got 2 things in my head right now.
Okay.
One, Saquon backwards jumping.
Yep.
And the other is Garrett Wilson MJ catch.
Okay. I know why the Garrett Wilson was for you.
I don't know why they're still in my head.
That meant a lot.
But, at the time, yeah.
I know it meant a lot.
But, like, remember when Jahmyr Gibbs broke that 60-yarder against, not Minnesota.
Was it Indy or Tennessee?
No, it wasn't a good game. It
Buffalo?
was a couple. It was like 4. He had like 4.
Oh, that was the Minnesota Week 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one. The big berserk over there.
I hate
That
to
was
say it,
deep.
but
That was
Jesse.
hot.
I hate to say it, but Jesse just took mine. That was mine. Mine was when Gibby scored 4 touchdowns on the last game of the year.
Well, I mean, mine kind of coincides with that, but it doesn't coincide with that. Mine was just getting the 1 seed. That's never happened before. That was my favorite
Okay.
moment. It didn't end well, but like it was a good moment when it happened.
Yeah, I agree. I think outside of the Lions, Jameis Winston, period. He was my favorite.
Jameis Winston was the highlight of the season, and he's been the highlight of the season for like 8 or 9 seasons for me.
He was my favorite part of the regular season.
Even in the Pro Bowl stuff, dude, he's still entertaining.
He's killing it. He is killing
He
the
is.
ball.
He really is.
He is the one guy where it's like Troy Aikman is going to be the new announcer. Tom Brady is the new one. I want Winston to be the sideline reporter when he's done playing football. He needs to be doing like live interviews. Like, don't put him in the booth, but put him
No.
talking to the people.
I
Let him work
want-
for NFL Network. Like, put him everywhere.
We need to do like a Jameis's backstreets where it's like he got a show
He
of
needs to
him
go.
going to the 32 teams and just like him as a solo guy. I just need him with his own team.
Or have him do one of those shows like Marshawn Lynch did. Or Peyton, like Peyton's Place.
Peyton's Places, exactly.
Yeah.
He should have Jameis's
Yep.
Places. Everybody would watch that shit.
Jameis
Let's not act like he
joints.
wouldn't.
Winston's wishes.
Come on, everybody.
There you
would
go,
watch
NFL.
that.
Take that. Winston's wishes.
Everybody would love that. Let's not act like we wouldn't. All right, but that is all that we have to get to until we get to the big game. So we got a word from Sharps, and then Super Bowl Sunday. We're coming at you.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
All right. Sorry, I didn't even. I don't know how long I've been back.
You've been not paying attention. It's 30 seconds, Dylan.
All right, we got Super Bowl Sunday coming up. We got some big props. We got a lot to talk about. But before we get to the props that everyone, wants to talk about here and there, let's get to the props that really matter, okay? Let's get to the props where before the game even starts, Tyler's going to decide if he really wants to watch the Super Bowl or not, okay? So, let's start it off with the most even line of lines on this whole prop. Heads and tails. Both sitting at minus 102.
I couldn't believe this was even.
Uh-huh.
Like, man.
It has to be even. What do you mean?
I know it's 50-50.
It has to be even.
But I'm saying, like, in the 59 Super Bowls we've had, it's literally 50-50. Like, I didn't think it was actually 50-50.
If you tally them all up, it is at 50-50 right
Like, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's not even like one more, like two more. Like, it's a.
It's not
literal
what I would personally expect is that tails would have hit like 20 more times than heads.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's exactly the same.
And that's what I'm talking about.
But I'm going with
Line.
motherfucking tails. Because what has a tail? An eagle. And who's winning the fucking Super Bowl? The Eagles.
Yeah, but you know what makes a chief? Their head. It's heads.
Yeah. And you know what you do when you beat the chief? You rip off his tail off his head.
I'm going to take heads.
Tails.
Woo!
Jesse.
I
Oh,
think it's going to be the Chiefs. I think that it's going to be a bad mojo.
definitely heads.
Just bad mojo. Next prop that we have is John Batiste. His over-under for the national anthem is 120.5 seconds. Over, minus 122. Under, plus 100.
Under. I'm going under.
Man,
Get to the football.
this is a huge, like, sway. It's really looking like an under, huh? You know, This feels like one of those shoot against the grain ones. We're definitely gonna shoot for the over and be wrong, and we're fine with it.
I think he's gonna want to get the over. I think that's
I
his
hope he
goal.
looks at the line. I hope he's like, you guys think that's a short? Huh? Okay. Yeah, no, I'll show you.
What'd you say it was, Dylan?
It was plus 100 for the under.
No, the time.
Oh, 120.5 seconds.
He about to flip it around. He about to go 210. He'd be like, really? 120? You got the numbers wrong.
They got this coming in at under 2 minutes.
I'm taking under.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the under as well.
Give me a 2-minute banger.
Jesse, you might luck out because he might have to draw it out if the Jets aren't in position yet. He's gonna be like, yo, you got to carry out this line, bro. Jets are still 30 seconds out.
I'm gonna see 57, 58, 59. It's gonna end and it's gonna be 100 and.
It's gonna be 100.
No, I did.
It's gonna be like a 0.10.
I just need 150, 151. That's all I need. That's all I need.
All right, final prop before we the game props. Color of the Gatorade. This one is a pretty big one as well.
Red.
Purple plus 225, yellow/green/lime. What Jesse said last week, that one. Plus
All right,
250.
hold on. Just let it happen here. Jesse, go ahead. Go first. Go first and
Oh,
tell
okay.
your reason.
Okay.
Go first and tell your reason, Jesse.
Red. We're going red because Chiefs are gonna win.
Red
All right.
plus 650.
Now let me give you the opposite. I'm taking red because the Chiefs are gonna fucking lose, and the Eagles have been drinking red Gatorade all week. Why? Because fuck the Chiefs. That's why. And they want a red bath on Nick Sirianni to let him know. Red. Plus, it's a Taylor Swift song. Red. So red's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why they're sleeping. Red should definitely be at more than plus 650.
Red is like minus 110 right now in my
I've
head.
seen this on 3 different sports books now. So I'm just going off of odds.
You're
'cause
wrong.
I think this is a very high chance this happens. Okay.
You're wrong.
Give me orange plus 800.
Orange.
Orange. I think it's very possible.
Oh.
Let's go 10. You win 800.
Ooh. You're getting nasty.
I actually switched my bet.
An orange bag is crazy.
I'm not riding you, but I'm switching.
Oh.
Where are you residing?
I'm going no Gatorade.
For
Plus
plus a
1,000.
million?
Plus 1,200.
No Gatorade. I'm because do you guys remember the one year where everybody was trying to figure out what Gatorade it was and they never showed it?
What if they just do clear water?
I'm going no Gatorade. What if they just do an ice bath? Dude, there's no Gatorade. The Gatorade's
Clear water.
empty.
Clear water is a prop.
Plus,
Ice
give
water is a
me
prop.
no Gatorade.
Just ice water.
Straight ice water. No Gatorade.
I'll be mad if I'm coach and I don't get
Bro, you could flip the whole gambling world on its head. Put Powerade in there.
That would be amazing. No one would know what to
The
do.
NFL would kill them.
Yeah.
They'd never be able to tell the story.
That would be.
We drank Powerade for a whole game. We were
Oh man, just imagine the uproar. It was Powerade. What? Nobody wins.
Who did this? Show me the bottles. It's just 100 bottles of Powerade in the back of the locker room because they filled up the jug.
All right. With all those props, we can get to the game. So Sunday at 6:35, we got the Kansas City Chiefs minus 1.5 point favorites against the Philadelphia Eagles. Over under 48.5 points. I think we all know where he's going, so let's start it off with Tycho.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans of Philadelphia?
Go Birds, baby.
Oh yeah. One more thing just to add on to why you need to root for the Birds, because I was desperately rooting for something to come out this week to where I'd be like, I can root for that. Here's what I'm rooting for.
Hi, Daddy. really, really, really hope you win. And Daddy, really, I'm really thankful that you've been caring for your whole family, and I know you're going to win. But if you don't, that is okay. I'll always, always love you. And Effie would always love you, and Mommy would always love you, and your mother and father would always love you. Our whole family would always love you, no matter what you do. I love you so much, Daddy, for taking care of me, and SJ and Mommy. Big blessings. I love you, Daddy. Bye.
I don't know how you don't root for that. Saquon's birthday is tomorrow. Saquon deserves a Super Bowl for all that suffering he did in New York. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. I hate the Chiefs more than anything right now because, oh my God, are we all sick of the Chiefs? It is time for an uprising. I want Philly to burn their entire city to the ground because they took down Patrick Mahomes. I'm here for all of it. I am also ready for both of you to tell me that Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT and that he will not possibly lose another Super Bowl, and this is just destined to happen, but I'm going for the Eagles, and that's that.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Three-peats are hard. They're a difficult thing. The reason it's never been done. When I tell you, I have absolutely no idea who's going to win this game. I really have no idea. Because if Saquon wants to score too quick on some big runs and give Kansas City the ball too many times, we could end up in a shootout, overtime. You know how that goes.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is. But
I'm going to take the Eagles. I think the defense wins them the championship just like last time. They had to face a bigger threat.
That is just fantastic.
You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the
I am McDilly. I am the villain. I am the man who has correctly predicted the last 3 Super Bowls. And I hate to be the guy to tell you that this is not just a prediction, but this is a spoiler. Patrick Mahomes is going to win his 3rd straight Super Bowl. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are going to be partying on that field, and you're going to be pissed. But ladies and gentlemen, when there's a dynasty, when there's a three-peat, when there's a team that wins their 2nd Super Bowl and doesn't give a shit and says there's only one thing on our mind, and that is to come back next year and win that three-peat, it happens, ladies and gentlemen. As much as you hate to see it, this is a dynasty that you cannot stop. And the Red Kingdom is coming over, and they're taking another Super Bowl.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharp securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
All right, one last thing before we head on out of here, and you know what it is. It's everybody's favorite. Downtown Cash Picks. Woo! Ding!
Forgot whose favorite that was.
All right, let's get to it. Rick loves it. Don't let
Also,
him
I just want to shout this out because I think this is hilarious. This just happened, which is the ding you heard. Nikki texted me, and she sent me a picture of what looks like Andy Reid, right? It says breaking news. She goes, real or fake? It says breaking, Andy Reid's under investigation. I said, Nikki, look at the account name. The account name is Super Real NFL News. Oh, shit. So I'm assuming it's fake? LOL. They're playing me.
Poor Nikki.
Oh, Nikki.
He's just trying to be involved.
He just tries to stay involved and intrigued. And hey, look what I saw. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
You're
you
good.
just-
Okay.
All
All right.
We
Picks.
got two. We got two games tonight. One at 8:30, one at 9, and we're gonna do both of them. First game: Boston and New York. Boston is 36-16. The Knicks are 34-16. Both teams really good. Plus 3.5. The favor is Boston. Over under 232.
Give me Boston. No reason necessary. I'm just taking Boston.
I will ride the Knicks just to split it for Jesse, and I have the Knicks winning.
Boston.
Boston.
Billups.
Billups.
Fancy Billups. By the way, guys,
All
the
right.
Pistons are good again.
God, man.
You guys.
All
We're
the
coming.
great folks of Michigan. God, now you just got that whole.
We're
intro in
coming.
my head. Now you got that whole intro in my head. I can't focus. Denver
Next game, man.
and Phoenix. Denver minus 4.5. Over under 237.
Oh.
I'll start and take KD and the Suns because I feel like there's been a lot of talk about KD should have been traded here. KD did not want to leave Phoenix. So if you don't want to leave Phoenix, let's see why. Give me
KD
the
likes
Suns.
Arizona. It's got nothing to do with basketball. He likes
He
Arizona.
likes the weather.
Yes. Give me the Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Welcome to the read. All right, game number 3, 2 p.m. on Sunday. Yes, there's basketball on Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know why they would do that. Like, people are going to watch, but they did. The Philadelphia 76ers are taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. A little bit of Embiid and Giannis action.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks. We just pooped on Embiid, and we're the Pistons.
Yeah, but we're decent this year. That's different.
Embiid wasn't even playing.
Yeah, but Kelly Oubre and Joel Embiid almost got into a fist fight on the bench. That's different. Kelly Oubre didn't want to play defense, and Joel Embiid got in his face, and then Kelly was like, "You think you're gonna get my face?" And then everyone was like, "Wait a minute, that's Joel Embiid." I'm gonna take the Bucks as well.
76ers are just in a bad spot.
Yeah, they're in a horrible spot if we're being completely honest, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not where you want to be.
No.
But there is also hockey going on, and because it's still 12 o'clock, we can do the Wings game at 1 if you want.
Fuck it.
Let's do it. 1 o'clock, Tampa Bay and Detroit. Over, under, 6 goals. Tampa's favored because, of course they are. But who cares?
I mean, of course they are, but fuck them. Give me the Wings.
Yeah, but fuck them. Give me the Wings. I agree. The Wings are hot. They're the hottest team in the NHL right now, and that's not biased.
Super hot, boy.
That's a fact.
Also, the second 7-game win streak under Todd McClellan. Boys are buzzing, and the franchise record is only 9 wins in a row. So let's go get that record, eh? Jesse? Wings, Lightning, 1 o'clock.
Muted. Wings.
Bang. Love it. All right, 3:30 on ABC. We got the Vegas Golden Knights taking on Boston. Over under 5.5. Both teams fucking really good at hockey. I mean,
Let's be honest here, Dylan. David Pastrnak has put this Boston team on his back, and that's the only reason that Boston has been winning these last couple games is because David Pastrnak is cooking up pasta and serving it to all of the boys. Give me Boston.
fuck it. I was about to say, give me Boston.
Nah.
Not Boston. Okay. Vegas. Game number 3. I don't really care about the fact that both these teams are under 500. It's a rivalry game. And we like rivalries around here. So give me the Penguins and the Flyers. Over, under, 5.5, minus 145.
Flyers.
Okay, Flyers.
All right.
What do you think, Dylan?
I think what Jesse said. I think Flyers.
All right. Is there a line on it?
Over, under, 5.5. The Phillies favored, minus 145.
Give me the under. Under 5.5. Philly's
Those
too
are-
focused on football right now.
And those are Puck Luck and Downtown Cash picks. One more thing before we get out of here. There's a UFC event tonight. I'm not going to waste your time. There's only 2 fights you're going to care about. I'm not like Luke. I won't sit here and run through the whole card. When 3 of the fights, you're going to sit here and go, who's fighting what? No, there's 2 fights you need to care about. First one is the co-main event. Zhang Weili, versus Tatiana Suarez. Tatiana Suarez is 11-0. She's an absolute monster, but she's coming in to face Zhang, and I don't think she has a chance. It's almost like the best team in Division 2 going to now play the best team in Division 1. Like, you're a dog, but now you got to face the real number 1, and Zhang Weili's only lost 3 times, and twice were bullshit calls. So I'm going to go ahead and take Zhang to win by knockout. And I don't think anyone's going to argue with me on that because no one really knows who Tatiana is. I have that. Next fight. Sean Strickland's fighting. Oh, my goodness. And they gave this man a press conference and everything. And he said at the end of his press conference, you guys really got to stop giving me these. He's like, I don't know why you guys keep giving me a microphone. Like, you know I'm going to come up here and say some dumb shit. I keep saying dumb shit, and you get mad at me. So stop giving me these. But Dricus Du Plessis, Sean Strickland, the main event. This is the second time they've run it back. The first time was when Sean was the champion, and Dricus stole his championship. This is Sean's get back for his title. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Dricus is going to retain. I think Sean has become the poster boy of this guy's a little crazy. He's a little too crazy. He's becoming the Kanye West of the UFC. And the problem with that is people like that can't normally control their mentals in a fight atmosphere, and then they lose. So I'm going to take Dricus. But I know Tyler saw the press conference, and you can agree. Sean Strickland is quite the character.
Look, dude, he is quite the character. But, I mean, I'm kind of rooting for him. I kind of love it, not going to lie. Guy that's a little bit kooky in the head, wants to knock the other guy out. I'm kind of rooting for the kooky guy. Give me Strickland.
Bang.
Plus, he didn't say some neo-Nazi shit like the other guy, so he's not quite crazy.
Yeah, that's true. All he said was the very last thing at the end of his press conference. He asked Siri on his phone. He goes, hey, really quick, Siri, how many Saudi Arabians were involved in 9/11? And she, like, revealed how many, and he was like, yeah, just want to let you guys know, I will die for this fucking country. And then he left the stage.
Oh, see, like, thank you, Sean.
So I will say, as an American, you know, I appreciate this love and support for the country, but
it's a little much sometimes.
There's Sean Strickland and not Michael Chandler. Who's the other one that's so Trumpy? You know who I'm talking about, who just loves to wrestle.
That's not Chandler?
Masvidal. Oh, my gosh.
It's not? You said it's not Chandler?
What's his name? Is it Michael Chandler?
Yeah.
No. I didn't think Michael Chandler was a big Trump guy.
I could have sworn it was Chandler.
No. Oh, this is going to piss me off, and I need to get his name.
Yeah.
Jorge Masvidal versus what was his name? Colby Covington. Thank you, Colby Covington. Holy shit, that was gonna make me mad. I was like, "There's no way that it was who you were saying." Okay.
Okay, just so we're clear, Michael Chandler is a huge Republican.
That makes sense, but he wasn't the guy that was literally like.
He wasn't the one you were thinking of, but he also fits the category.
Yeah, but he doesn't make it hard to be a Republican like Colby Covington does.
Correct.
Yes. Correct. Yeah.
But he's the one that's always shaking hands with Donald Trump and shit.
Yes. That's UFC. That's Puck Luck. That's Downtown. That's Super Bowl. That's NFL awards. That's NBA trade deadline. Did we miss anything?
You're fired!
Yeah, sorry. No MLB. We'll see you next time. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next Saturday where you guys will know who the Super Bowl winner is. And there will probably be some other shit that happens in the world of sports because it never fucking stops. Make sure you check us out on all the socials at Sharp Sports Network over on X, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitch, on all the social medias. Like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so every time you go live, you can come and hang out and shoot shit with us. We appreciate you. Also, download the Sharps betting app over on the App Store. Use Ty Code 011. That's Ty Code 011 when you sign up. It will help you a great deal. We appreciate you. We'll see you Saturday. I'm McDilly. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Drink responsibly. And all that good shit. Peace. Peace.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friend's bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.